just wanted to get on here to show you guys how I eliminate the strings. Basically, I'm just going to be eliminating the strings on here today. Today, I have a drawing pad. So, if you check this out, if you check this out, I actually have a drawing pad. That I'm gonna. Oh, wow. Oh, but I'm gonna be drawing the strings away. I mean, you could be doing this with basically like a mouse, like anybody else. But other than that, I'm just gonna get right into it. You can see my screen and my cursor, so that's the good part. So basically, just grab your selection tool. You could grab basically like the selection tool that makes it so. I like using the one that makes it so it's like straight lines, not the rectangle, but straight lines. But I don't have that on here because I'm just using Paint. Paint is the number one app that you can use, but you could use any basically like drawing app. Other than that, I'm going to be using the Freeform tool. This works also really well, but I'm going to zoom in. Basically going to talk you through the first part, and then we'll just continue the rest. So since the strings are sticking out in the opposite direction, not going vertical, basically I would get rid of that one first. What you're basically going to want to select is the darkest spot. So you're not going to select basically like the lighter spot over here. You're going to select kind of like where the shadow is the darkest, because it doesn't really work when you're doing the lighter spot, because I don't know, it just doesn't it doesn't blend. It doesn't it doesn't like blend correctly. See how like the light is like not really blending, but if you put like a dark spot over the light, it kind of blends better, if that's understandable. So I'm basically going to select under it, since that's the best part. And you're going to want to do like always do like a rectangle, because it's easier. And then you're going to want to Control C, Control V. That's to copy and paste. Always copy and paste it. Don't resize it, but always copy and paste it, and then just put it right over, just like that. And if you see, it's illuminated. I like this better than drawing it out, because if you could see, you're gonna basically do both techniques. You're gonna draw, and you're gonna do the selection tool. So you're gonna draw basically in tighter areas, and then selection tool in bigger areas. Since I pressed back, wow, I literally pressed back. So I'll show you, I'll demonstrate the drawing technique. So basically for the drawing technique, you're gonna wanna use the eyedropper tool. It's basically the tool that shows you, it's basically the tool that picks any color. So for this method, you're not gonna be like selecting, you're gonna basically trying to recreate the background color, instead of like taking the selection of the background and putting it over. You're actually going to be trying to draw the background, kind of. This way is harder because you can't match the pixels, because if you zoom all the way in, each pixel is a different color. It's it's literally a different color, kind of like tiny bit different than each other color. So it's kind of hard. That's why I highly suggest everybody use the selection version. But this is the draw version. I'm just gonna get right into it. So I'm basically gonna select the darker spot, draw. and then I'm gonna keep on doing the eyedropper every little shimmy just to match the color. This sometimes gets a little bit easier because you don't have to like do all of it. Just kind of blend more of the spots that basically are not. I say draw in like a not vertical, like scrub in a not vertical pattern because it makes it less noticeable. And the selection tool, you could basically use it with like any color. I mean, draw tool, you could use it with any color as well. Color background, I'm trying to say. But sometimes you can get really clean work. Just depends. See, if you zoom into this, you can notice it a little bit more. See how like you can notice it just like a little bit more than if you were to see. You can see like kind of like, and imagine if you do that for like all the pictures. So if you have like a bunch of pictures all in one, if you do the draw tool, you're gonna kind like the best eye will basically notice it. So any like I would say like any trained eye or basically people that notice small details, they're gonna pick up on the background basically like shimmying. And if you don't get a clean version of the select, if you don't get a clean selection, then you'll notice it a lot. But I think I'm done talking. I basically talked enough. I would say let's throw on some music and continue to eliminate. That that's clear. Okay. Let me just throw in some music. Actually, YouTube doesn't really like that. So we'll just continue. We'll just continue. The drawing, the drawing takes a little bit longer. But this is what I mean. You're gonna mix the selection with the drawing. So I basically, so let's say I selected selection tooled those big portions out of the strings. The big portion of the strings out. So basically, like there's these smaller portions right here where, yeah, you could use the selection, but it's just easy. It's just way faster to just basically pick up right next to it and draw. You're always gonna pick up right next to it because the closest pixel next to it, because that's just the closest color for these white parts. That's kind of messy, but we'll leave it. We'll leave it. See how I grabbed the lighter part? Now watch how I grab the darker part. It's just gonna blend. Oh, it's just gonna blend better as it's less noticeable, and you're gonna notice it less when you zoom out. I'm just pretty zoomed in like that. Darker part. Actually, this is darker. You could get real trick nasty with this. Okay, scooch it over. But yeah, this is basically how I eliminate strings. I mean, I think I'm pretty good. You know, I think I'm pretty good at eliminating strings because most of my shorts and my videos, you can't really tell. You can't really notice. But see how I'm not always just picking up the color and then eliminating the string? It's like, it's just tricking the eye, I would say. Now if you like zoom out, after you zoom out, you can definitely notice. Let's move this string. Let's remove this string. Okay. Now, no strings. And then, after you're done, you're going to want to file. My file is not popping up, but you're going to want to save it. Don't save as, just save it. Because if you save it, it's going to save over the strings, so the strings will no longer exist. It'll only be the no strings. But make sure that you have a software that, or you could just take normal pictures, but make sure you have a software that you can export as image sequence. So just make sure that it's a selection or an option that says export as selected. Wait, I'm getting myself mixed up because there's a lot. But you're going to want to export it as, you're going to want to export it as an image sequence. So it's going to basically export not as a video, but it's going to export as these images. So I took all these images and it played all into my my Dragon Frame, basically my software. So it played out, and then I exported it as an image sequence. So basically, I think any software can export as an image sequence. But let's see. So we're just going to want to go to the next picture. So the next picture with strings is most likely the next one to it, 31. So we're going to want to take 31. This is 31 right here. Open Paint. And what I do is I just put it over. No need to do anything else. You just put it over. Put over and continue anew. It just gets daunting sometimes because it'll feel like you're editing the same photo over and over. But I mean, if you get in a flow, you could get it done pretty fast. I just hate when the strings are like this because I have to do extra. I hate when I do that as well. Control C, V. Copy, paste, put it over. You could size it as well. I mean, sometimes you can notice it. Sometimes some softwares will make it blurry, but other than that, it should be scratched. See, this doesn't really work because it's not. The strings are not at a perfect angle. I don't want that either. I want you to draw like this. Copy, paste, drag over the spots, and then I want to draw this. Ah. But if you want the best work, you're gonna have to basically not cut any corners. That's what I do. That's why it takes pretty long, and most of the time, like, I just don't really be like too focused on one thing in particular. I like to focus on multiple things at once. So, not once, but multiple things like in my life. So basically, like I'll work on. That's basically like why, like I don't push out content and push out content is because like I don't work on it every single day. But doing the strings and stuff like that, I'll pick up a day where I'll do strings, and then I'll pick up a day where I'll take pictures. I'll pick up a day where I'll edit and stuff like that. If you just take the time and just make it as perfect as you see it in your head, it's gonna come out perfect, man. It's gonna come out 100%. It's gonna come out greater than you even imagine. So I would say just take the time and don't cut any corners, and it's gonna come out amazing. That's why I continue to make my content. That's why I like see progress and stuff like that, because I don't cut really any corners. I like to make it 100% perfect. So with that, you guys, I'm basically just gonna cut it there. I showed you guys the process. I don't want to bore you guys too much. I do want to make this stream watchable. So other than that, I'm gonna get out of your hair. I did show you one process with taking pictures. I showed you the strings portion. The next stream that I do, I'm basically gonna show you the editing portion. So I can't wait for that. Hope you guys tune in to that, and check you guys out next time.